and welcome back to Read or Not to Read. Well, I think we can all say that we know we have a junk drawer, maybe junk drawers, we might have a junk closet, maybe a junk room. What about a junk garage? That's right, we all have at some time dealt with clutter. Things that just seem to collect in our home like mail, odds and ends, and eventually we get to the point where we think we've got to do something about this. Well, today I've got some different books and recommendations for wherever you're at in your decluttering or home organization stage. This is by no means a complete list. There are loads of books on how to declutter, how to do minimalism, how to go to zero waste. The list is endless, but these are a few that I thought pertain more to that early stages of getting inspired, getting motivated, and potentially getting a little obsessive. Let's get to it. First up, and I'm going to recommend to you Decluttering at the Speed of Life. This is by Dana White. I've read often that this is the more laid-back approach to dealing with your stuff. It's very practical, has a lot of no-nonsense, good recommendations for different rooms and different spaces. Second up is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This was a huge bestseller. It even got Marie Kondo a show on Netflix. This book talks a lot about dealing with the emotional aspects of holding on to things and how to learn to let go. I think when you're in the early stages, that's something you run up to pretty quick. Next up is Making Space Clutter-Free by Tracy McCubbin. I think this book is pretty interesting because it also talks about the emotional reasons why we hang on to the things we do, how to work through those feelings to start letting things go. One thing that I think makes this book a little bit special is that there's a questionnaire included in here, and it goes through all the rooms you would normally encounter in a house, and it asks you a series of questions about what is in there, what's the room used for, to kind of help you clarify if the room has clutter or not and what you might need to do about it. So that one's an interesting one to keep on your list. Next up is The Complete Book of Home Organization by Tony Hammersley. This is a book for when you kind of moved past the, I know I need to declutter, but how do I declutter and how do I get organized? This is a book with a lot of practical recommendations in it. It's in numbered order, so you can pick and choose what it is you want to work on. It's in bite-sized chunks to make it not feel so overwhelming, especially if you've got a lot of clutter in a lot of different rooms. Next up, if you're looking for a practical how-to guide, I would also recommend Decluttering Your Home by Geraldine Thomas. This one is nothing but tips, tricks, and techniques to deal with clutter in multiple areas of your home, your life, and interestingly, starting to talk about dealing with our digital clutter. As many photographs as we take and files that we save, that's becoming an issue for a lot of us, isn't it? So this one might be worth checking out for that. Well, now that you've moved through being motivated and getting down to doing the dirty work, you might start to decide, I want my home to look like my Pinterest board. And if that becomes your goal, I have a couple of books to recommend to you. The first one is The Home Edit. This is by Clea Shearer and Joanna Teplin. And it is a very, very pretty book with many, many pretty ideas to make your home as organized as it can be and look really good while doing it. So there's that one. And once you're done with the home edit within your own home, you might want to check out The Home Edit Life. So this is going to expand on ideas in different areas of your life from the previous book. Last up is a special mention of Project 333. Since we're getting on to fall and it's going to be time to start dusting off of our cooler weather gear and our winter wardrobe, this is a good one you might want to take a look at. This talks about our waste when it comes to buying and maintaining clothing and how we can reduce that waste and build a more minimal wardrobe. And with that, I hope I have given you some good recommendations to help you deal with your clutter wherever you find it. So until next time, happy organizing, and we'll see you back on To Read or Not to Read.